Hey guys, welcome back. Let me know if you can find this. We've reconnected. Sometimes these outages are possible. And yeah, just try to get back if you can. I'd at least like to see if we can maybe reconvene for the last few minutes of class before I dismiss everybody. And we'll just check in on what we got to and what maybe I still need to review. Not to worry, there's only a few notes that are left over, and it's something that I can easily summarize with the beginning part of Monday's meeting. But let's try and all return. I don't know if you guys have any kind of source of communication that is outside of our class meetings, like a Discord or group chat. If so, it'd be great to see people try to return just for the last few minutes. We will leave on time, but I just would like to have the ability to have a formal goodbye and also check with you guys as to where we were when the stream closed there for a minute. There have been some intermittent internet outages. I actually had an issue with that in a different meeting that I was in earlier this morning. Hoped that it wouldn't happen. I was deciding, should I just stick with mobile hotspot throughout this 10 a.m. hour? I kind of wanted to not do that because the bandwidth is slightly lower. So like right now, the image may be a little less sharp, but when we have to go to hotspot, we'll just make do and we'll do our best. So can anyone notify the others? I'm going to send a Canvas announcement then, since I can't see enough of you here yet. Yeah, it's all good. I'm going to try to do the Canvas thing right now, so hold on one second. Okay, so just sent the little Canvas announcement, and I'm going to let a few more members try to arrive with just the last 2 minutes that we have so that I can have a more way of closing the class meeting. Okay, so let me ask this, Olga, since I see you're here. If anyone else is here too, you can let me know. But what was the last note that you heard before the stream closed? I believe that you were saying still impermissible not to assist the child if the clothes are the sacrifice that would have to be given, right? Good to see you guys, thanks. Does that sound accurate? I was telling you about the obligation to assist argument of Peter Singer, and I was simply trying to mention why he defends the first premise so strongly. He gives this example of a drowning child, and in the drowning child example, what we are told is that if you had to sacrifice just a moment of time to save the child's life, then you should do it. Okay, I was telling you the anecdote about the actual groom that had to do it, and so anyway, that makes it a little more maybe relatable and realistic. So in the end, that's his argument. If we sacrifice to prevent some absolute poverty, the sacrifices are not going to be as important as the reduction of poverty and the minimization of death in the third world. So even if we would have to, let's say, give up some expensive clothes, luxury purchases, gadgets, gizmos, entertainment, that would be a worthy sacrifice if the benefit that it produces is the reduction of absolute poverty and the saving of human life. Now, after that, the last thing I was going to talk about is this heading that you see here. I don't know if it's easy to read. This is objections to the obligation to assist argument. To assist, sorry for the typo there. But yeah, obligation to assist argument. What are some objections? So this is what we'll have to kind of reconvene and finish up with on Monday. It'll just take about maybe a 10-minute span, but there's a few different objections to the obligation to assist argument that Peter Singer wants to clearly lay out and then try and rebut. So as a thorough philosopher and thinker, it's always important to take measure of your opponent's positions and the things they might say in response to your own argument. So that's the last little piece of Singer's essay. We've got through most all of it, how he gives the argument that we have an obligation to assist, and you've seen the full thing. Now we just want to learn about 4 objections to it. And I'm going to close just by mentioning their names. So On Monday, make sure that you've read the Garrett Hardin article. So we'll look at the other side of this debate and why some think we don't have such an obligation. But when we return on Monday, the 4 objections that we will go over are these. Taking care of our own, so I don't have an obligation to assist the international poor, just my own, whoever those people are. Leaving it to the government, so it's not an individual's obligation to assist, but maybe the state as a whole through like a policy that's implemented from the taxpayers. So leave it to the government, not the individual. There's also property rights objections. So I have my rights, according to property rights, to not give anything if I don't want to, since my property rights entitle me to withhold on aid or to spend things frivolously if I wish. And then one more objection is the triage objection. That one's a little more complicated. It takes more discussion. It'll take a few minutes. But basically, triage is a policy that you implement when you have an excess of injured or dying people and a deficit of medical resources. That's when you kind of have to ration off care to the people that need it the most. And sometimes you have to deny care to people who actually have needs, but they're either not as pressing or they're a lost cause. So some say that triage policies are violated when you say, let's help the poorest of the poor, because those could be claimed as people in the lost cause category. But we will finish with those notes and talk about it more on Monday. Sorry for this little slight outage that happened. Once in a while, you know, while we're all online all the time, those kind of things do happen. But not to worry, guys. Just so you know, if and when any kind of outage happens, I'm always able to reestablish a stream because I do have mobile hotspot 5G ready to go. And it just takes a few minutes, like we saw today, for me to run a new stream up and, if necessary, tell people on campus to come back. But just know that I will never abandon the stream. I'll never just like kind of let it go and then not notify you. So don't take it as though class is dismissed or something. If we drop out like halfway through because of a missed connection, I'll always reestablish it and we'll get back to it. Okay, guys. Well, sorry for that little temporary situation, but gotta take it with good humor, right? So thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend. If you need anything, I'll be in touch by email. I also have my regular office hours each Friday today from 11 to 12, which I sent the link for if you need it. So all right then, guys. Let me know that we're good to go for today, and I'll let you go. Thanks so much. Thanks again. Take it easy, and have a great weekend. I'll see you soon.